I did this video so that I could explain to you a little bit about what to expect when you have a cervical discectomy with fusion. Since I had mine, it's about 6 days ago, and I have been recovering very nicely. I had a car accident to cause my injury 2 years ago, and I could not avoid the continuous pain from that moment going forward. Specifically, I had pain that was between my shoulder blades, and I had some pain symptoms in my left hand. And so, having exhausted all of the non-invasive methods of attempting to avoid the pain, I had no choice but to go through with this anterior cervical discectomy and fusion, also known as Acdf. Since the surgery, it's been a steady improvement in my well-being, physically and mentally too. The first night was very difficult. If you've heard other videos, you've heard people say it feels like you have an apple stuck in your throat. It's very difficult to swallow, and it's true. Physically, also very stiff in the shoulders, between my shoulder blades and over my shoulders. That was very bad for the first night, and I didn't sleep very much. But once for the second day came, things improved rapidly, and I'm thrilled to say that because it was a little rough. I also, from there, I started to sleep. I got some rest. I was starting to be able to eat a little bit, and I was home by 24 hours after the surgery. My surgery was done in New York City, close to where I live, and so the car ride home was a little bit eventful, but I was able to endure that. Once I got home, I relaxed, and I even got a little bit of sleep after that. As you can see, I'm wearing this collar. This is called a hard collar. I don't need to go into too much detail. There's probably other videos that could give you more details on it, but it's not so bad. There is a little bit of give to it, as you can see, and certainly I can take it off without any great difficulty. And that gives me some flexibility. I'm not supposed to take it off for any length of time, but if I'm sitting there and I'm not doing anything, I can take it off for a couple of minutes. The idea is to prevent your head from moving all the way forward or all the way back, and which would cause more of an injury to the site where they did the surgery. You can see also on the site of my surgery, which is almost centered on my neck. Obviously you can't see the exact incision, but I have stitches in there, and it is almost literally right in the front. Which I thought was odd. I expected to see it off to the side a little bit, but the incision is actually pretty close to the middle of my neck. Since I have my cervical discectomy at level c6-7, that's pretty low on the neck, and everything seems to be coming together. I'm thrilled to say that I feel very good physically now. As I said, I'm 6 days out, so I've gotten some very good rest over the past 6 nights, and it's improving. The stiffness in my shoulders has really almost all gone. I have a little bit of stiffness, I think, in the spinal area, and I think some of that is really from the collar and not really being able to move around very much. I'm supposed to wear the collar for 2 straight weeks, and so at the end of that 2-week period, I'll be able to take it off. Now today is November 16th, and so 6 days ago was the 10th. 2 weeks from that brings me to Thanksgiving. This is 2011, so it's been a really interesting 6 days so far. But all in all, I'm very, very pleased at the results. I don't have any symptoms in my left hand anymore. I'm hopeful that the stiffness that's in my neck area subsides further from here, but I think that only time will tell on that. I understand that the fusion will take place over the period of 2 months, and at the end of the 2 months I will be fully able to get back to the activities that I used to enjoy before: tennis, golf, other activities with my children, for example, and just normal household things which I had been unable to do before the surgery. I had some severe a severe and moderate pain, but certainly the moderate pain was with me all the time, and I had some certain bouts of severe pain at other times. But it was a dragging pain that just I couldn't live with anymore. So the surgery appears to be a success. The surgeon has told me that it was, and he even told me that I might have gained a little bit of height because there was some collapsing of the vertebral disc between C6 and C7, which they filled in. First they stretch your neck just a little bit, and then they fill in the space with a bone graft, which is also from me. I had a hip bone graft from my own hip, and I have an incision down low on my hip for that, which is fine. It really never bothered me at all. There is a little bit of discomfort on the hip itself, like an internal, like almost if I lean over to my right, it feels like it's stretching a little bit on the bone part, not the skin. The incisions were never a problem after the surgery. I never even noticed that they were there, and that's been fine. So everything is in good order as far as I can tell, and I look forward to sharing more with you as the weeks and months pass on. Thanks.